Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our afternoon center. As you remember, on Monday we practiced answering the following essential question: how do people work with animals? And when we looked at that essential question, we also looked at the long E spelling pattern, which is a little different from the other ones we saw, because this one has EY and Y. Both these patterns say E. Let's say it together. Ready? E. Very good. Now, before we dive into our nonfiction text, what we're going to do is we're going to practice chunking long E words that have that EY and Y spelling pattern. So over here, you can see I have a text. And in my text, I have a few columns of words. Today, we're going to focus on 1, 2, 3, these 3 columns. And how we're going to do that is first, I'm going to read the word. And as I read the word, I want you to really pay attention to the different sounds you hear within the word that make it up. So I'm going to start right here and listen carefully. Study. P. Aggie. I. Remember that long I spelling pattern from last week. I. Really. E. G. Night. Once again, a review word that IGH goes I. B. A soft C here. It. P. And last but not least, ol. Notice that ol with the O-W-L. Now that you've heard me carefully read those 3 columns, it's our turn to read them together. So I'm going to go back up to my first word right here. And let's see if we can take it nice and slow and listen to those sounds. Study. Puppy. Baggy. Sky. Really. Key. Buggy. Night. Baby. City. Puppy. Bowl. Now that you've heard me read those words, and together we've read the words, it's going to be your turn to read those 3 columns by yourself. Remember, you can always pause the film if you feel that it may take a little while, and that's okay. So here are your 3 columns. Take your time. Alright, now that we've gone over those long E spelling patterns and the sounds they make within words, it's time for us to get started on our new text. So I'm going to go right on down here and click on Teach a Dog. Now, this text, as you see in the corner, is a nonfiction text. Let's say nonfiction together. Nonfiction. Nonfiction means it's about real people, places, or things. Now, in your Google Classroom, I've attached a copy of the book that you guys can track along with me as I read it. Because first I'm going to read to you the text, Teach a Dog. Afterwards, we're going to read some of the pages together, and then you're going to have a chance to read some of the pages by yourself to build your fluency. So I'm going to turn our page right here, and let's take a look. So right now, you see, I've got some vocabulary, or as I call it, high-frequency words. These are words that you're going to see quite often in the book. So repeat after me in the first one. Clever. Found. Hard. Near. Signal. Woman. Would. Right. Great job, everyone. So now I'm going to turn our page. And you see this is our title page where it says Teach a Dog. So as I read, I want you to track along on your Google document, which is in your Google Classroom. And also, there's a link that's put into your slide deck. So I'm going to start here. Dogs love to play. Wagon. Dogs are good pets. Dogs can follow rules. You can teach a dog to behave if you try hard. Give a dog a treat when he behaves. Notice those long E words such as eat and behaves. You can say good dog. The girl gives the dog a treat. Treat. I'm going to turn our page. The dog can sit. Sit. First, show the dog how to sit. Then say, sit. A clever dog will sit. Give the dog a treat. Next, teach the dog to stay. Notice that AY, it's a long A word, A. Put out your hand. Say, stay. Then say, come. A clever dog will come to you. Give the dog a treat. We've already seen clever and treat a few times in our text. And you can see it says stay. The dog can stay and come. Next page. This dog wants the treat. This dog is scared. Ah. A dog can't talk, but he can use a signal. If the tail is down, the dog is sad. Sometimes, see that's a big word, I can break it apart by making it and then I can use that long I with the boss E, times. Sometimes a dog puts its ear, another long E, rear end up. The dog wants to play. You can see it says the dog loves the child. CH, choo-choo train, blend. Tail. The dog wants to play. These children use leashes to walk their dogs, just like treat. You have an EA. Leash. Dogs love to walk. First, put a leash on the collar. Keep the dog near you. Some dogs pull the leash. Maybe the dog found food. Stop walking if the dog pulls. Wait, then walk again. Notice wait has an AI, long A. The dog is pulling. Collar. The author put that picture, which is also labeled, in our text to help us visualize what they are writing about, so we better understand the text. The dog likes to run. Some dogs like to run. You can run with a dog. Stop running when the dog pants a lot. Write down these rules. Now you can help a friend teach a dog. Ooh, this one's a hard one. It's got the EA and the CH, so each, teach. The boy is writing. Pencil. Wow, great job everyone tracking along with me as I read and broke apart some of those more difficult words. Remember, good readers always chunk out the words to make sure that it makes sense. All right, so now we're going to go back to the beginning. And here is our job, but not quite that far in the beginning. Hold on. All right, now we're on page 2. Perfect. When you're on page 2, show yourself a thumbs up. So what we're going to do is together, and I'm going to read real slow, we're just going to read the white text. We're going to read pages 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to read nice and slow. Because guess what? After you read along with me, it's going to be your turn to read pages 2 through 5 to yourself. So we're going to start right here. Dogs are good pets. Dogs can follow rules. You can teach a dog to behave if you try hard. If you were confused by this, remember, break it apart. B-E goes B. Now that bossy E is going to make the A say A. So ave, behave. Give a dog a treat when he behaves. You can say good dog. So I'm going to turn the page because remember, we're only reading the white this time. First, show the dog how to sit. Then say sit. A clever dog will sit. Give the dog a treat. Next, teach the dog to stay. Put out your hand. Say stay. Then say come. A clever dog will come to you. Give the dog a treat. So we read pages 2 through 5. Now what I'm going to have you do is on your own. I want you to first, and you can tell yourself this in a whisper voice. First, I'm going to read 2 through 5 in a whisper voice. So tell yourself real quick, how are you going to read it? Next, number 2, you're going to read 2 through 5 in a normal voice. Remember, break apart those words that seem challenging. And I will meet with you guys at another time. Thank you so much.